Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thursday night, 9 p.m. And you are not watching the NBA Finals, which features the Boston Celtics, because you are here with us, the Mike and Mish show. What up, Mike?
The Boston Celtics are in the finals again, baby.
They are in the finals right now, and my kids are downstairs with Amy watching that shit. And the Celtics are going to pull off the 18th championship in their franchise's history. But we're here to talk some bare knuckle, Mike. We got 3 guests on tonight. We got Justin Ibarrola coming on, Joy Boy himself, followed by David Simpson, and then we're going to finish out the show with Brett Fields. But what's going on with you, man?
Man, I am settling in over at work, as I spoke about yesterday. New supervisor, you know what I'm saying? It's actually pretty nice. Sitting back, maxing and relaxing.
Chilling out, Max, and relaxing, all cool.
Yep, shooting some b-ball outside of my office. I have my own office now. I feel good about it. I feel good about it.
I'm telling you,
Actually,
you guys have no idea. Mike has taken this new position at the absolutely shittiest time possible of the year. Every fucking
I did.
year, the busiest time of the year for the guard is in the summertime. It's when everyone's doing their annual training, which is the busiest time of the year. Everyone's
Yep.
doing something. There's a big inspection going on for the facility that Mike is heavily involved with, and
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of that, he takes a new supervisor position, moves over to a new
Wicked
section.
smart. That's wicked
Yeah,
smart.
and he's got to learn. He's got to learn all the ins and outs of his new section and all his people, and not be a piece of shit to them. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying,
can't be a
Mike?
piece of shit. That's the number one thing that they told me. When you get this job, just don't be a piece of shit and you'll do all right.
I think you're gonna be all right, man. You got a good group of people down there. I know all
Yeah.
that, and we all know them, and they're all right, man. So, hey, let's go ahead and shout out our sponsor. Can I tell you something real quick?
Yes.
I am embarrassed to say I shot worse than I've ever shot in my life for the military today. I went to the range, and I couldn't. If there were 30 people coming at me, only 20 of them were gonna die. 10 of them were gonna live, and I was gonna fucking die, my friends. I could not hit a damn target. My trigger pull was off, Mike. It was the most embarrassing fucking thing in my 23 years in the military. I kept boloing, and we call it
Nice.
boloing. I kept
Bolo.
boloing. I kept walking off the range, and they're like, "Good, you good, Mish?" I'm like, "Fuck no." I hit 20. They're like, "What the fuck
Savage.
happened?" I don't know. Usually I'm like 29 out of 30. So I go back out, dude, 20 out of 30, 20 out of 30, 20 out of 30, 3 times in a row. You got to hit at least 21 to pass. And I was like ready to fucking, I was like, you know what? I don't need this
You
shit in
can't
my.
just throw the gun at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
you know
Like
what?
just
I
last
made that
target, you
joke.
get to throw
I
the
made
actual
that,
gun.
dude. I made that joke at the end. I fucking ran out of rounds, and there was still one more target to pop
You
up, and
should
I
be able to
dropped the
throw it.
magazine. I told the safety, I was like, I'm gonna fucking tomahawk this shit at it. And he started laughing.
You should be able to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, dude,
That's
it was bullshit. I ended up passing on the last iteration, but I fucking dude, oh my god! But I did go to Sally's Sally's Abits.
Did you? You went?
I went to Sally's today for lunch.
No
The
way.
number one ranked pizza joint on the entire One Bite app. David
Yeah.
Portnoy's highest score ever for a pizza place.
What'd you think?
Sally's in New Haven. It was fantastic, dude.
Oh man,
It was
I'm
awesome.
going.
That place was jam packed at like noon. There was like a line down the fucking block waiting for takeout.
Damn,
It's
man. I
crazy,
gotta
dude.
go.
It was awesome. Let's go shout out our sponsors real quick, and
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's talk to some people. Of course, we got Bucked Up. You got Bucked Up supplements. You got Bucked Up energy drinks. The cleanest supplements on the market. The tastiest sugar-free energy drinks. I'm actually drinking one right now because I'm feeling a little tired. I've been up since 4:45 this morning. Get over to buckedup.com. Use promo code Mike and Mish 20 and get you some of these beautiful products and get 20% off your total purchase. Right, Mike? Right, Mike.
That is correct.
There we go. And we got one more. Here we go.
Hey, dynamic life, sexual health, weight loss, and anti aging. Retake control of your life by reaching optimal health. Visit www.livedynamic.com. It's the only online platform where you can become a patient in under 20 seconds. Also, check out their Instagram page at Live Dynamic. That's LIV Dynamic on Instagram. Boom.
Boom. We're all about that healthy life over here. I'm actually drinking a bucked up Wild orchid is the flavor. It's apple flavored and it's fucking delicious. But I'm tired right now and I need a little pick me up. And Celtics are playing, so by the time the show's over, I'm gonna watch the end of the game. Need a little energy. Mike, what do you say we bring in our first guest of the day?
I say we do. I say we shall. I say we may. May we? Kyle? Shall we? May we?
Yeah, yes. Let's go.
We shall. I think that's what you meant to say. All right. When we come
We
back,
shall.
Joy Boy joins us. Let's go.
Would you look at this guy? Look at you over there sparring with people 2 feet taller than you and punching walls and stuff. Justin Ibarrola, there you go. Turn that phone. Go ahead. Do
Yeah,
it.
turn it
Do it.
sideways.
Turn that.
It'll flip you around. There
There
you
you
go.
go.
That's
Oh
what we
man,
like to see.
that
It
looks
looks so
great.
much better, doesn't it?
Hey,
So
welcome to the show, my friend. Joy Boy.
for
What's
having me,
going
guys.
on, man? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Feeling great. Like you said, sparring people 6 inches taller than me, not just 2 inches. Jeez.
Oh, I said 2 feet. That guy looked like that guy
2
looked like
feet.
he was
Yeah.
that guy looked like he was about 6'5".
Oh man, I've always been the smallest one in the gym, man. I have to make something work.
Yeah, hey, here you are, man. You're back at it again. June 21st for the 4th time. You're 3-0 in the BKFC. Last time we talked to you, I think you called out Ryan Reber. I believe it was Reber, you and Reber.
That's right.
But hey, you're coming in there with an undefeated record. You're back at it. We want you to introduce yourself to our fans, man. Our fans up here, especially the ones in the New England area, they might not be too familiar with you, Justin. Let us know. Are you from Florida originally? Is this your hometown?
Originally, I'm from Seattle. I grew up
Oh.
in Seattle for 19 years, and then I moved here 7 years ago to pursue. Originally, what was supposed to be an MMA career, because I grew up wrestling. And then, I met my first boxing coach, Dia Davis, at American Top Team in Coconut Creek. And then one thing just led to another, and I just wanted to get these hands better, and it just stuck. It just stuck, and then, like I said, one thing led to another. Went pro in boxing. Bare knuckles started blowing up, and I was like, I would like to try that. So,
Are you familiar with one of our kind of regular guests nowadays? King Mo Lawal's been on like 2 of the last 3 weeks. King Mo is a coach over there at Coconut Creek. You ever training with him?
Yeah, I know who King Mo is. Yeah, not too much, but I know the name. I've seen his face.
Yeah. Well, hey, you got to tell us about the nickname, dude. Joy Boy. Where does Joy Boy come from?
So it's from an anime, really, because I'm a big anime head. So that's where I got the name from. But I went with it just because I feel like it matches my personality. Just kind of goofy guy in there who I'm always smiling and laughing at shit. Even in the gym, like you guys haven't seen it in BKFC or in the stage, maybe in the last fight when I came out dancing and started to express myself a little more. But Joy Boy is just all about being you, being free, not letting other people's opinions affect you. Be happy, enjoy your life. So I think this next fight, I'm telling you right now, like I used, I came the last 3 fights. I try to be as humble as possible, but this fight, I'm feeling really, really confident and like just showcasing like who I truly am as a fighter. So you guys are in for a show, 100%.
Joy Boy is from One Piece,
One Piece. One Piece.
but not
What
in the first season, right,
on
of the show that's on
No.
Netflix.
So Joy
Not
Boy was no. That's like you're talking about the live action that they just
yeah, they didn't introduce the Joy Boy character on
yeah.
that
So
first
I
season
mean
that I remember.
this is an anime that's like 1,200 episodes deep.
Yeah, I
And I've been
hear. I
watching it.
hear.
I've been watching it for the past since I was 16, like 8 years.
so
Well, I'm a
Keith Rich
bandwagoner
Keith,
because I just started watching it when it
me
came up
too.
on
Me
Netflix.
too. And Keith Richardson, Mike, do you remember this? He was on our show. It was Keith that he's a big anime head himself. And
Oh really?
we were talking about One Piece. Is he in your division? 135. Yeah, right. You might end up fighting this
You
guy
know, it's funny
after
that you
you.
bring him up because I always say, "Oh man, like me and Keith, we gotta." I know he was a Marine. I was like, "Oh, we gotta do the Marine versus pirate fight for the
Yeah.
title." Like I'm the pirate, he's the Marine, and it's
Well,
funny that you say he likes anime now because he's liked my comments through Instagram, and maybe he understood what I was saying.
Yep, he does.
so yeah, so he actually explained to me and Mike that like you said, One Piece has like over 1,000 episodes,
Yeah,
and he said that they signed like I don't know, like a 6-season deal. Like they signed a multiple season deal with Netflix, and they were gonna do. He said what that first season was like 200 anime episodes compressed into like an 8-episode live action.
exactly.
Season is going to be about 200 episodes of the cartoon or of the anime series compressed into like eight episodes. Pretty fun.
Right.
Really
Right.
good too.
Yeah, it's cool. I met him at my last fight at the Hard Rock. First time I ever spoke to him. Kind of just introduced myself, told him what's up. Like told him I was obviously gunning for his head to get that title off of him. Like I'm just keeping it real, but keeping it super respectful at the same time because we're all here with the same mission. So no hate, no bad
Oh, yeah,
blood, but just
for sure.
strictly business.
Well, what else are you going to be in there for? If you're not in there to take a title from the guy who's holding on to it, then what the fuck are you even doing in there, right?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
So you're going in there against Rick Caruso, Slick Rick, who's like a big supporter of this show. Slick Rick is always taking, like, we always give away free stuff on this show, like autograph photos and like memorabilia and stuff. And goddamn, Slick Rick's always in the comments, fucking taking that shit from everybody,
yeah.
man. He's quick with the trigger on the thumbs, man. He's real quick.
That's funny.
Your first 3 opponents, you're 3-0. Your first opponent, was he the dude that Brian Duran fought?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been in there with some tough guys, man. What are your thoughts on your run so far in the BKFC and Slick Rick himself, who you're going to be stepping in there with you on June 21st?
I feel like I probably had one of the hardest debuts out of any of the guys that get into the sport. I had a guy that was willing to fight, came in shape, like you said, fought Duran. He went 4 rounds with Duran. Duran is a heavy fucking hitter. A guy that was just willing to come forward no matter how many times he got hit. He was just super tough. Made it hard on me. And, it made it hard on me also that I had to cut to 135 twice within, 4 weeks, which kind of sucked as well. So I feel like I was a little depleted that fight, but I mean that's in the past. It's whatever.
Hold on one second. Did you have a fight get canceled?
Yeah.
Okay, you had to. Are you
I
allowed
was
to
supposed
say
to fight.
who?
I was same guy, the Gilberto.
Oh, so it just got
It
postponed.
got postponed like a month later.
Okay, so you
Right.
cut weight, put weight back on, then cut weight again.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was
That's
terrible.
annoying. Yeah, for sure.
I was drinking a little bit. We don't have to get too deep into it, but
That pirate life, man.
but yeah, we got the job done. It is what it is. We moved on. Anthony Foy. What I liked about the lineup of fighters that I went against is everyone had a different style. None of them were like really, there to lay down. Gilberto, aggressive, wanted to fight in the clinch. Anthony Foy wanted to stay and use his range and try to outbox me, but no one's gonna outbox me in BKFC. Landon Williams, that was just spare the moment. I didn't really give him a chance to do anything. And going in there with Rick Caruso, I keep telling everybody, like friends, family, my team, people interviewing me, anyone asking questions, I keep telling them, like, I'm in there this time. You're just going to see who Joy Boy really is. You're going to see the fun that I bring. You're going to see the showboating, the entertainment. That's what, I'm not just the fighter. I bring entertainment to the sport. So you guys are going to see a lot of that. I'm going to use the first round to kind of just cruise. If he wants to get aggressive, we can get aggressive. Second round, I'm going to turn up the heat. And, we'll see if you can get past the second round. But that's what I got in store for you guys.
You go ahead, Mike.
So I was gonna say, in one of your posts on Instagram, you had said like, "Hey, I'm not just some pretty boy that's trying to fight. Like, I'm basically here to take over."
Yeah.
Do a lot of people give you trouble about that? Is that something that people say to you often?
I mean, I've seen a lot of like comments under my victories saying that, oh, like, you guys just want the good looking guy to win. You guys just want the guy who's more marketable to win. I mean, you just get a lot of haters who look at you and like, it's the stereotypical, if you don't look the part,
Judge a book by the cover type
right,
of thing.
so I just like playing that role. Everyone expects the tough guy to win, the tough looking guy.
Yep.
I like to smile, I like to be goofy, I like to just look I like to deceive people. That's what it is. So I'm just giving them this like nerdy, goofy anime head guy, and then they see me whoop some ass, and I just take them by surprise. So
I just gotta chuckle out of the comment section. Joe Ivy says, "Who told him he was a pretty boy?" Take it easy there.
A lot too.
That's funny. And you also have another comment in the comment section right now. A guy says that he will outbox you. You want to know who it is?
Who is it?
Royal Ryan Reber.
Royal Reber.
He says, "I'll outbox you." Because earlier, a couple minutes ago, you said nobody will outbox you.
I see it. That's funny.
There you go. So I think you get another win, you go to 4-0.
I can see the comments here too. Nice.
There you go. So there you go. You got Ryan watching right now.
Hey, listen, what's funny about that comment? I'm not gonna box Royal Reber. That I'm not gonna box him. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna
brawl him.
I'm not one style. You guys see it. I can box. I can move. I could brawl. I could bring pressure. Like, you're not gonna get the same fight of me every fight. So, Reber, if you think you're gonna outbox me, maybe you'll outbox me, but I'm not. You're not gonna outfight me. Whatever you try to do, I'm gonna beat you to the game. So let's do it. I'm excited for that one.
Shit, man. Joy Boy, you got people. You got Rick Caruso. He's in there commenting, said respect, good fight ahead of us. So you got your opponent watching, and then maybe you have a future opponent watching. So look at you, Mr. Popularity over here.
Let's do it. No, I'm excited, man.
Yeah, main card. You're halfway up the card. The way it's built right now. Back in Hollywood. I mean, how fun is it to fight in that Hollywood Hard Rock, man? That place is awesome.
This is gonna be my third time fighting there. It's my fourth fight. That venue's insane. I mean, I would love to fight, outside of Florida at one point, but they want to keep me here because I do what I do.
Yeah, because your Anthony Foy fight was at Tamiami Fairgrounds in Miami. Yeah, I have to say, so the first time, I wonder if you had the same feeling about that Hollywood Hard Rock as we did when we walked in, because from going to different MMA events, boxing events, and even bare knuckle events, walking in there, the way that it's set up, where it's more like, you're going to see like a show rather than a fight. And the way it was set up, we walked in, we're like, I don't know if I like the way this is set up. This is weird.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all. And then the fight started and the crowd got in there, and I was like, oh, this might be my favorite place to watch fights. I love it.
I love it. I actually love how everything's just directed in one direction. It's not around tiring. I think that's super sick. It's perfect for like the walkout too. Like, I think that venue is amazing.
Yep.
They had the same feeling in Knucklemania 4 out in LA. I mean, the setup there was a little weirder.
There was a drop down, I think. I guess there is a little bit of a drop there, but it's more the ring is level with the first row of the fans, you know? But the one in LA, there was like a big drop down, and then it went out like maybe, God, like 15 feet or so before the first chair, and then it went up. So it was kind of weird.
The first row in
awesome,
LA,
though.
right, Mike? The first row in LA were almost like looking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very strange setup, but like you
But it was
said,
cool as hell.
the way it was set up, the ring was here, and then there was 7,000 people right in front of it, all on one side. It was fucking crazy. It was like, whoa, man.
Yeah, that's
those
insane.
those theater setups are pretty freaking cool, man. That's why, like, if they were gonna come to like, we live in Connecticut, or I live in Connecticut, he lives in Rhode Island, but right up the street from us is Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun. We just did the Mohegan Sun Arena. They also have the Fox Theater, and they used to do like Muay Thai fights and stuff in the Fox Theater. And I don't remember liking it as much as I like Hollywood, but maybe if they put a bare knuckle event on there with a little more pageantry, a little more production, it would be dope as hell. So I like that shit, man. The energy in that building's top notch for sure.
I would love to fight at some different venues, getting deeper into this.
What is a place that you is there a place on the top of your mind that you would really like to fight at?
You guys want to hear my roadmap? The dream roadmap?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Either, Keith or Royal next. Whoever has the belt. A perfect world would be Reber gets the title somehow, and then we main event at the Hard Rock. I take it from him, then I take it back home to Seattle, and we do the first show in Seattle as me as the main event to defend the title. That's a dream. That's a far stretch, but that's a perfect dream in my head, So Seattle would definitely be where I would love to introduce bare knuckle to.
Seattle, huh? That would be a first for them.
I'm trying to look up the rankings in your division, because
I don't think they're right on the website.
Oh, they got you at number 3.
They got
me
at
right?
3.
I'm gonna look.
But you don't have a number 2? That's weird.
I'm assuming it's Alberto and something's because he's fighting for the title, because he was on top 5 before all that got mixed up.
Okay, because I was gonna say, a fight. I don't know if a title fight after Caruso, if you were to get the win over Rick, nothing against Rick or anything, but I don't know if that gets you into a title fight. But there's another guy on the card that's fighting that would be a very interesting fight with you. If Chris Garcia was to win June 21st and you were to win June 21st, I think you two fighting each other would make a lot of sense. And then the winner of that one could be next in line for a title fight. Is that something that interests you at all?
Flat out, no.
No?
Flat out, no. Only because, hey, if that's the fight we have to make, that's the fight we have to make at the end of the day, right? But it's not a fight that interests me at all. Me and Chris, we tried out for bare knuckle together. He's been in my gym. We've been sparring together. And not only that, I think his goal is to fight flyweight. I think his goal is to get to one. He's been fighting at 130, not 135. So I think he's just been fighting catch weight for a little bit. But I think his goal is to fight in the flyweight division.
Okay.
So not to change the subject back to this, but the rankings on the website BKFC are definitely wrong. Yes.
Okay.
So the real top 5 from the people who do the rankings at on the BKFC app, for whatever reason, I don't think it's linking up right. Keith Richardson at champ, Ryan Reber number 1, Alberto Blas is number 2. There is no number 2 on the website, right? There is none. And then it's you at 3, right? Chris Garcia at 4, and I don't agree with this, but Abdil Velasquez is number 5.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but he's there. So No offense to him, but I just don't think that he belongs in that position
I
right
can
now.
agree with you.
But that's what it is. I don't know what's going on with the website because they're missing number 2 there.
The fucking Justin,
Reggie.
we've gone on and on about the rankings, dude. Those
Yeah.
rankings are fucking silly.
Howie mentioned they left out Reggie, but Reggie was officially taken out of the rankings due to quote unquote outside concerns. That is the reason why.
So you being 3-0 now, you said you moved from Seattle to Florida to pursue an MMA career with a wrestling background, but fell in love with boxing. Started training boxing, became a boxer. Now you're 3-0 bare knuckle. From fight 1 to now, how has training changed for you now that you are learning the science of bare knuckle fighting compared to gloved boxing? Because there is a difference.
I mean, the biggest difference I'm keeping the boxing because at the end of the day, one of the biggest things that piss me off about bare knuckle is people keep trying to count out the boxers. This isn't a boxing sport. This isn't boxing, but it's boxing. Okay, you have a few differences, but at the end of the day, I'm there to punch you in the face, and clearly, we can see that a real fucking boxer like Austin Trout can put on a clinic, right? So the boxer is always going to have the advantage, in my opinion. But the biggest difference in my training is, I've been doing more of the, knuckle conditioning, which makes a huge difference. I can feel it. The people I punch can feel it. And then another thing that's changed is I'm working with an actual coach now. No one knows this because I keep my mouth shut and I don't want to brag, but I've been coaching my goddamn self these last 3 fights since I started bare knuckle. No coach, no one working my corner. Hitting the bag on my own, no one to do mitts with, no one to oversee what I was doing. I had the same routine every day. It was me and I for the last 3 fights. And yeah, and now I'm working with a coach. So
who was in your corner for those first 3 fights? Were you just like showing up at the event and seeing if somebody can provide some people for your corner?
No, that was my amateur coach. That's who.
Okay.
That was one of my amateur coaches. So we've had some history together with him working my corner in the amateurs and stuff. So it was the perfect person because we understand each other. And then my second corner was like just a close friend of mine, or some people who support my career, people who have seen me on the come up. So but now my next 2 corners are going to be people I have been in camp with the entire time.
Wow. So that should make a big difference. I mean, I would imagine letting somebody else actually come, like, do all the thinking for you is quite a difference, right?
Yeah,
Man.
for sure. At the end of the day, I could have had anyone in my corner, not to take the credit away from the people who have been in my corner, but that wouldn't have changed the record.
There you go, man. I think you got a good thing going for you. Like you said, you're a good-looking kid. You're very skilled. You're undefeated right now, and you're already in the top 5 after 3 fights. So the sky's the limit for you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Before we let you go, do you have anything that you want to say to the audience for those who are tuning in June 21st? Why they need to especially take a look at your fight and what sets you apart from the other ones that are going to be on that card?
If you guys simply just want to be entertained, come check me out. Come check out my fight. If you want to come see me lose because I talk too much shit, come do that as well. Because there's only one way of shutting me the fuck up, and that's to fucking knock me the fuck out. So whoever wants to be put up to the challenge, let's do it.
There you go, man. Mike, we have our next guest is waiting. Do you want to hold off for a little bit because his camera is off? And
I actually have a question for
go ahead.
For Justin. Justin, how cool is it that Conor McGregor is sharing your shit?
That was the cool. Did you listen? I keep explaining it to people. I'm at dinner. I'm at dinner for my birthday. Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. I'm at dinner for my birthday, and I look at my stories, and I'm like, 1 hour ago, Conor McGregor reposted 3 of my posts and was like, peep this kid, come watch this kid. I'm excited to see this kid. And I'm like, yo.
What? Yeah.
I'm like, from that point moving forward, I was like, sorry, Rick, you're going to get 100% of me. You're going to get the cockiness, the confidence. You're going to get the fucking boxing, the aggression. This was a hard one for Rick to match up with. So good luck, buddy.
Yeah, that's a pretty wild thing to happen when the most popular, richest, I mean, even outside the sport,
He's
everybody
the face
knows.
of sports, man.
He's the face of combat sports. He's the face of Amazon Prime. He's
Dude,
that guy,
cool.
you know, everything he
and he
touches
fights
is
a
gold.
week after. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Well, some craziness is going on, but let's hope that happens. Did you see that?
Well,
His fight might be off. Like the weird.
I've seen a little bit of weird shit going on about that fight. Yeah.
I know. I'm crossing my fingers because I definitely want to see him in the octagon again.
But you guys got to believe that, like, if the fight was going to be off, I feel like by now they would have said something. That's why I'm kind of feeling a little positive about it, because he did post a picture from the doctor bed yesterday, said nothing but positivity or whatever, positive vibes or whatever it was. So maybe he had a injury scare or something, and it's fucking, what are we, 13 days away from the fight. I think they would have announced a replacement or something by now. I don't know.
Right.
Fingers crossed, because whether you hate him or not, everybody wants
23 days away.
23 days away. My bad. 23 days away. He's troll. Yeah. Big Ben said it. We said it last night on the show. We were talking to Chris Lytle and King Mo, and said maybe he's pulling a fucking Ryan Garcia on everybody. You know what I mean? With the party videos and like the erratic behavior, and then the pulling of the press conference and the possible drug tests and the possible
who knows what's going on.
He's a master troller, man. It's fucking doing it, and they already got a $20 million gate, so who knows, man. Let's see. I hope it's on like planned for sure. But the more important thing right now in your life is June 21st. You go out there, you get the fucking victory against your opponent, who's in there commentating right now. He's nothing but a gentleman.
Hey, Rick, once this fight's over, we can chug a freaking Irish stout together. How about that?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, Forged Irish Stout, your next
I'll make
sponsor.
it quick. Don't worry.
Hell yeah.
In and out.
There you go. Mike, you got anything else for Joy Boy?
No, well, hey, listen, everybody make sure you're tuned in. There it is, Ibarrola versus Caruso at bantamweight, June 21st, BKFC 62. 3 title fights on that card. What an amazing card that is. Just to be on that card's got to be awesome. Conor McGregor's talking about the guy. You should be too. I know that we will be watching the fights. Make sure you're tuned in. Man, I cannot wait. That card's going to be awesome. Unfortunately, we will not be there, but good luck in your fight. Oh. Yeah, we won't be there. Man, I wish we were there. We've been to so many Hollywood cards and Miami cards and Tampa, but this one we will not be at. But, man, hey, good luck in your fight, and we will talk to you soon. Everybody else, when we come back, it's probably just going to be me and Kyle for a few minutes, because I think David Simpson is having a little bit of issues with his camera. So, all right.
Yeah. Justin, thank you
for coming on. Thank you so much. We'll be right back later.
Feel to know that one of your fighters can kick your ass.
None of my fighters can kick my ass.
Yeah, because I'm not your fighter.
Did you say 4'11"?
Listen, don't make me kick your ass. If I kick your ass, all I gotta do is do this. That's how short you are.
Oh man. Well, okay.
I've been fucking you up all day long.
I put on the show.
He put it on the show tonight. He said, I put on the show tonight.
I love that. I like how he says, I'll
Shady
stomp
Grady,
you like
way.
a bug. He's like, all I got to do is this with my foot.
It's just so short. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Our second guest, David Simpson, keeps popping up in the virtual green room. That's what we call it. But his camera seems to be off every time. So we're going to wait till he figures that out. In the meantime, Mike, I want to talk to you about something that happened this afternoon.
Yes.
Outside, kind of an outside the circle type thing, but we don't have to call it that.
Yeah.
There was a press conference today between, everybody's favorite Stockton slapper, Nate Diaz, and game bred Jorge Masvidal. Couple things happened there. Nate got sick of the shit, fucking walked off the press conference, said, I'm fucking done with this shit. And he gets up, and I'm paraphrasing, obviously. He gets up and he walks off stage. I'm all set with this. They want him to do a face-off. He don't want to do the face-off. He goes walking away. Jorge's barking from the stage. Next thing you know, there's a fucking little brawl in the crowd. You want to take a look at it? You want to talk about it for a minute?
I'm going to try to put this up right now for us.
Did anybody, in the comment section, did you guys see this? Dude, my Instagram video, timeline was all this. It was literally scroll down the Instagram timeline, and it was like 15 straight posts of just this. Every website on the planet was posting this. So
I'm going to use Full Send MMA, and the reason why is because OG is a buddy of ours. So let's use his stuff. He has this video on here. Let me bring this up, and we'll play it and take a look. Look, there's a few. So why don't we watch them all? I haven't seen all these, so let's watch this one first. Tell me if you can. Can you hear it?
Here. Stop it. Get back. Get back.
We can hear it.
All right. Let's move on. Just can't really see much here.
You see the dreadlocks right there? You see the punch?
That's definitely Nick Corbin. Oh no.
Oh no.
Jorge pulling the hair. Dude, do you hear the guy saying, "Where you going? Where you going?" Do you hear that guy?
Yeah.
That guy, you can see him in the background yelling. What? He's like going real crazy. He's going, "Where you going?"
Dude, you saw that was Nick. That was Nick and Jorge scrapping with each other right there.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. You can hear me?
Yeah, but I like Nick Coring was definitely swinging at people, but I thought it was
Nick was swinging at people, and then Jorge got involved and grabbed his hair and pulled his hair for about 10, 12 feet away.
Yeah, dude. And you know what's funny is he just got done. I just got done watching listening to a podcast where he was talking to some girl, or I was watching a clip from it, and the girl was like, "How many females would it take you down, like to beat you?" And he was like, "Oh man, infinite." He's like, "Listen, it's got to we got to talk about the settings. Are we in a cage? Are we in the street? Because in the street, there's no rules. I'm hitting you." He's like, he's got a microphone in front of him. He's like, "If you're coming at me in the street, I'm gonna hit you with this microphone. I'm gonna bust your fucking forehead open with it." He's like, "There's no rules in the street. I'll do whatever it takes to win." And then this thing pops up today, and he's grabbing Coring by his fucking dreadlocks and dragging him across the street. That shit was crazy, dude. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's really crazy. I'm not really too excited about that fight. I gotta let you know.
I am not either. I wasn't, and I still kind of ain't. I'm more excited about the press conference.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm more excited about more press conferences. Maybe if they just had like 20 more press conferences. I don't know. The whole thing that happened with the Jake Paul situation, like that just kind of turned me off to any more boxing events or anything that like I think it would be better to see Nate Diaz in his element rather than doing other things. You know, I don't know. I just That fight was just horrible. It was hard to watch. The Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz fight. I just, and it was just like after that, then I got sucked into the Dylan Dennis versus Jake Paul one. And after that happened, I was like, that's it.
God, never
That's
again.
it. And now that this Mike Tyson thing happened, and well, whatever, it's off for a limited amount of time anyways. But I don't want to see that fight. Am I gonna watch it? Yes, I am. I'm a sucker. I'll just watch it all. I don't care. I at one point in time, I'm gonna want to watch it. So I just don't care about it at all.
Yeah. Just so everybody's gonna know, Mike, I don't know if you want to do a little outside the circle for 5 minutes or whatever. We got our third guest coming on in a little bit, but I'm texting with David Simpson's management right now, and like he's got no camera, so we're not gonna.
It's not working. Hold on. Does his audio? I can't even add him to this. It won't let me add him.
Yeah, it won't. We can't do it. So
his mic's not working either. It says.
Yeah, without video and nothing's working.
No mic and no camera because I tried to add him to the stream so we could just say hi to him, but.
Yeah, so unfortunately, David, we'll try to get you on again next week. You still got a little time before the June 21st event, so if you can hear this, we'll set it up. We'll get you on next week sometime. So
we'll get you on, man. Don't worry, we'll get you. Figure out your microphone and your video situation, and we will get you on because it's only a short time before our next guest should be popping on here, right? Any minute now. So, yeah, man, just to go back to that though, I just the gimmick fights were fun for a little while, but they're getting too gimmicky. You know what I'm saying? It's getting too far. It's going too far.
You know what's funny is like if you go into the comments of like all those Instagram videos of this brawl today, like nobody knows who Koring is, but he's got a 13-2 MMA record. He trains with Nick and Nate Diaz. He's a fucking Stockton guy. He's a pretty badass dude. We saw him in the BKFC. You saw him walking around at Knucklemania 4. He's got a look to him. He's got an attitude on him. He can hit really hard, and he's got a damn good record. He's pro 13-2. I mean, like that's pretty good.
Everybody wanted to take a picture with that guy when we've talked about
super popular, dude. Super
yeah.
Popular.
When he won his fight against Kyle McElroy in like a minute and 20 seconds. It was very fast.
It was quick.
And he knocked him down. I think he knocked him out once, and they happened to just snap to when he fell and got back up, which might have been again, to his detriment, really. But yeah, Koring, man, I couldn't get that guy over to do an interview. Like he was trying to walk over. People just kept stopping him. Everybody wanted to take a picture with him.
Like we talked about, it took you 25 minutes or something like that for you to get from one corner to he didn't even have to go around the whole arena. He just had to go from like one corner, 2/3 around the fucking arena to me. And I'm like, where the hell are these guys?
I know. I said I'm on my way over there. Normally would take 1 minute. But yeah, here's
20 minutes later.
A piece of that.
We are now set for the championship. Presented to you by the Energy Drink. Get fucked up. Sanctioned by the New Mexico State Athletic Commission Chairman Joe Chavez, Executive Director Richard Espinoza, Event Coordinator Martin.
I was thinking the whole time that whole with when he's taking a picture with that girl with the black shirt there and the ripped jeans.
What were you thinking?
Her boyfriend's like, all right, take it easy, will you?
Yeah.
Take it easy. Okay, the picture's over. Why are you stopping fighting this dude to the party and everything else? Come on, let's go. That's what I was thinking in my head when I was taking pictures and I was waiting for him to walk away because he kept going trying to walk away. She kept talking to him, going, "Oh, we're going to this place." Blah, blah. He's like, "Okay, okay, all right, all right." Every time he tried to walk away, and the girl's boyfriend's like standing there, like, "Are you done yet?
That's
Will you
funny.
come with me now?" Yeah. Oh,
We're,
yeah.
we're going to this place. Come on with us. Come on. Sure.
So I see Brett Fields is there.
Yeah, we're gonna bring on Brett Fields. Let's go ahead and Brett Fields gonna be taking on Luis Villaseñor on the Pachanga card, July 12th. So we'll go ahead and bring him in. You want to bring him on, Mike?
Yeah, let's bring him on. So in 1 second, we will be joined by Brett Fields. I did have a transition video, but I think it's going to be just a little bit too long. So why don't we just pull him on right now and we will just talk to him because we had a little bit of a delay here. So let's just add this man to the stage. What's going on, Brett?
Yo, hey, what's up, man? Hey, is that my
Hey.
bro? I'm blind. I can't see without my glass. Is that Davis? That Mike? That my guy, Mike?
Yeah, that's Mike.
What's up,
hey,
bro?
What's going on?
man?
How you
How are
doing,
you?
brother? Hey, you're getting back in there. Third time is a charm. You are now 1-1 in the BKFC, coming off a nice victory over Kane. I almost said Velasquez. Jesus Christ, that would have been something. Kane
Tomlinson, the beast,
Yeah,
man, which
Kane Tomlinson.
was is an OG beast, and it was a pleasure to share the squared circle with him, man. I consider him a friend now, real talk, man. A
Did
real
you,
good dude, and got
did
some
you
good sons too in the game. So none but respect to Kane.
Hell yeah!
That's
Did
just real
you
talk.
get the feel? Did he land any shots on you in that fight? I don't remember the fight right off the top of my head. I have to rewatch it. But one thing I know about Kane, big dog, old dog, still got bite. Whatever his nickname is, it's a long
Old dog
one.
still got bite.
Still
The
got
beast
bite.
is his
Dude,
nickname, and he's a beast.
He's got hands, huge hands, big knuckles, man. Like that's one thing I know about Kane. When he showed me his hands the first time we met him, I'm like, God damn, those are abnormally big. Like he has really big fucking mitts on him. Did you feel them things?
Absolutely felt him. I knew it was gonna be like that. I had a feeling. He's aggressive. I watched his videos before. He's a beast. What else can you say? And we had a little bit of banter going back and forth. We two OGs. And he's been in the game longer. I feel like I've been in the game a long time too. Just like Kimbo Slice. I mean, you know my background. I'm not going to get too much into it because I'm tired of talking about it. But I've been fighting bare knuckles for many, many years with people twice my size sometimes, and 2 to 3 people at a time. And I was fucking people up, even when outnumbered like that. And I got proof about it. I'm not one of them fucking lame ass dudes that talks about, oh, I was a G. Oh, I was in the military. Either you was in the military and a G in the military, and then I respect the hell out of you because all my family's in the military. But don't be posing like you was in the military at a war and you weren't. I know some people like that. I had a friend like that that said, bragged about he was a Marine and which is awesome, but and lied about that he saw action. That's where I have a problem. And I have a problem with fake gangsters acting like, because I'm no longer a gangster, but I'm an OG, man. I came from that life, and I don't appreciate nobody that's not been from that life acting like they're a fucking Diaz brothers. The Diaz brothers are a rarity. They come from them streets, and the OGs allow them to represent that. You ain't gonna just act like you're a gangster and you never was a part of that life. So stop it. You professional fighters is who I'm talking about. That act like you come from a life that you've never lived. Don't act like that. I come from that life, and I'm not proud of it no more. But I'm proud I survived it. I got my grandbabies and my daughter, and I'm proud of that. But you guys faking that funk, stop faking that funk.
Jesus.
There's a lot.
I love the
there.
tenacity,
I love the
dude. I
energy.
love it. Go ahead,
That's
Mike.
just how I feel, man. That's
So
real talk. I've been seeing too much phony shit out here on all this fucking social media and these professional fighters. Act like who you are. And everybody's going to respect any professional fighter that gets in that ring or cage if you're a true fighter. If you're a real fighter, you're going to go in there and handle your business. And that's just how it is. I'm done. My bad. I'll ask your questions. But I'm just tired of seeing all that stuff on there, man. Act who
Hey,
you really are. We're all professional fighters. We're beasts in our own right. Own that and own your own story. Don't fake a story that you've never lived. The beast, and that's all I got to say on that.
Oh,
Let's
I
go.
totally agree with you, man. Get it off your chest. That's what you're here for, right? Tell your
Yes,
story.
sir.
Get
Yes,
your
sir.
beefs off your chest. You know what I'm saying? People are listening. They're going to hear you, and somebody's going to take offense. And guess what? That's the person you're talking
That's
to,
the
right?
hey, man. It is what it is. I'm always real.
Yep.
But go ahead with
I
your
love it.
question, sir.
So you mentioned a couple of things, and first and foremost, Kyle and I are both in the military, and we've run into a lot of people like what you
Salute.
just said. Salute, my friend. We are
And
not.
that's
I
real
am not
talk.
in the infantry. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I work on avionics.
Nothing's wrong with that. My
systems.
baby sister's in the military and she
Yeah.
didn't see it. I have nothing but love for all military. I have a problem with anybody that fakes the funk. And I know you two military gentlemen
Yeah, we
understand
get
that.
it. We
Oh
understand.
yeah,
Yeah.
we hear the stories all the time. There's all sorts of people that almost maybe once a week someone stops me for a story, So, but yeah,
Yeah.
the
Hey,
Home Depot story, the gas station story, we hear the stories everywhere. So yeah, there's a lot of fakers out there, man. And
yeah, it's nothing but respect to all military, but like the fakers, just like professional fakers that fake the funk, stop it. Everybody, stop it. Just be
Just
real,
stop
be
it.
authentic. People are going to love you for who you are, or they're going to hate you for who you are. I've learned that the hard way.
I can already tell I like you for who you are. I just right from the
Thank
jump,
you,
I can
man.
feel the
And
energy from you.
I love you guys,
mentioned
man. I love what you guys do. Real talk.
Thank you.
Thank you. You mentioned the Diaz brothers. I don't know if you saw, but Nick Diaz, we just played it. We brought it up because
Nate.
we were trying to kill Nate Diaz, the Diaz brothers. You just talked about them. They're,
Nick's getting ready, right?
Nick's
Yeah.
getting ready for a UFC fight. Nate's
Yep.
about to box Jorge Masvidal. So
that'll be interesting. I wish they'd take them gloves off, man.
hell
I
yeah,
do too.
me too.
Well,
You
they got
imagine
into
them
a
two
brawl
in
today.
BKFC for one good showdown? I know Diaz got the scar tissue and stuff,
Yeah.
but him and Masvidal, that'd be a huge fight for for them and BKFC. It'd be awesome.
Oh my
That
God,
would just
it'd be
make it
great.
even more interesting because Nate's gonna bleed, and
Yes.
like,
Oh yeah.
and the BKFC has like knowledgeable referees that know their fighters. So if it's Big Dan in there or Andy,
Man, I
Glenn,
love Big Dan.
they know, and Dr. Muzi knows Nate Diaz as well. They would know that he's gonna cut, he's gonna bleed. Don't stop this thing too early. Go ahead and let him fucking go out there and scrap, because that would be a hell of a fight in bare knuckle.
It'd be a banger from start to finish. In my opinion, I love boxing. Mike Tyson's my favorite combat sport fighter of all time. Prime Mike Tyson is the best ever, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Ali is the GOAT in boxing, but in prime, even Ali knew Tyson was this shit. But yeah, I believe in a boxing fight. It's just I'm not trying to talk shit, man, but take off them gloves. Them pillows ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna be a whatever 10-round, 12-round good fight. But I would rather see a banger with. I think someone would get knocked the fuck out in a bare knuckle fight, and it'd be pure violence from start to finish. And all combat sports fighters, from MMA to boxing to jiu-jitsu and in between, would love it.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about the violence that you're about to get into once again for the third time. Like we knew about you at the beginning because our boy Kevin Smith, I believe, was managing you at the time. And Kevin said, we got Brett Fields is a fucking beast. He's a bad boy. You went out there your first fight, but you ran into a bad boy yourself, and you two went in there scrapping. And Lloyd Mix is no fucking joke. Didn't come out the way you wanted. You ended up getting another run at it. You ran into the old dog and the beast, and you got the victory. Now you're going in there with Luis Villaseñor, big dude, big, powerful looking guy. From one fight to the next, and now to your third. How are you feeling about this sport of bare knuckle? And is the preparation for Villaseñor any different than, say, you did for Kane?
Well, no difference in Kane really to the gentleman that I can't pronounce his name. I'm not gonna butcher his name, man. I'm not on that disrespect shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm just doing what I usually do, but every camp I step it up. Whether it's cardio, whether it's I guess I'm a gym hopper because I'm Team Machiavelli. I'm my own team, but I trained with Jeremy Morrison for years in private training, and then I through his connections started branching out, training a lot in Chicago. Hybrid gym I trained out of for some years. Did some jiu-jitsu training when I was doing my MMA and stuff, but I move around. I've trained with Boss Hog, Brandon Boss Hog Johnson a couple times. We need to get back in and get more into it because I really enjoy him as a fighter, human being, just a
great guy.
real respectful dude. So I'm putting in the work, man, and I treat everybody differently. Everybody presents this guy's a little bit shorter. Kane was about the same size exactly. Height and size wise. But yeah, I know this guy's coming from 205. He's a big guy. Not worried about that. Know he's going to have heavy hands like Kane, like I do. And I plan on doing exactly what I did last time. We brought up Cupcake. What kind of fucking name is that for a BKFC name anyways? But yeah, I got knocked out by Cupcake and I came back. Everybody clown. Not everybody, but some people, the haters clown. And I soaked it in and I accepted it like a professional fighter and a warrior should. But a warrior, we gives a fuck about a win or loss. I was pissed off that I fuck around and let down my family and my friends and stuff and the people that believed in me. But I knew I trained my ass off for that fight. It's bare knuckles. And I was fighting a guy that fought Michael Chandler, who's supposed to be fighting Conor McGregor. I fought a beast with 26 professional fights for my very first professional fight. My own idol, Mike Tyson, didn't fight a guy with a stellar background. That guy, a Cupcake. You guys could say his name because he keeps switching it. I don't know what he is now, but I ain't got nothing but respect for the motherfucker. He didn't shake my hand after, so yeah, I want to fight him again, and we'll fight eventually. But I got this fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I heard he's a military guy, so ain't nothing but respect. I ain't got nothing ill to say about the man. I'm going in there to do the same thing I do every time, and that's to kill. That's what we're in there. We're in there for fucking war. And people say, oh, I'm in there to kill. No, I'm in there to fucking kill you. And afterwards, I'm going to love, give you a hug. I'm going to fucking give you daps, all that good stuff. But while we're in there, it's my life or yours. And it's my life, not yours.
Man, you got a lot of energy, and you got people in the comment section really getting fired up for you for sure. But the card that you fought Lloyd on,
yes, sir.
That was your debut fight, but I believe was that the same card that Josh Watson fought on, and he got knocked out bad on that card as well. And he came back and fucking showed resilience and bounced back too. So
I was very much inspired by that, and he came in the back right before my fight. Yeah. After his knockout, he was kicking shit. I'm not trying to put him on blast. He's a beast. He was pissed, and he looked dead at me and said, "Be first." And I was, but I wasn't keeping my hands up. The second time, obviously, I learned my lesson, man. This is bare knuckle is a whole different breed of fighters. I'm not saying it just because I'm in it, man. Every single one, except for like 2 people that faked the funk and took a fight and didn't fight worth a shit. I'm not going to even say their names. We know who they are. They're trolls. But besides them individuals that act like Jake Paul, the majority of people like Mike Perry and Misfit, I Lorenzo Hunt, Josh Washington, like you guys talked about. I could go on and on about fighters that are beat Joe Elmore, Tony Loco, the beast, the beast. I'm coming to earn my spot like the gentleman I just and the females that I just mentioned. I'm not there yet, and I know that. I love this sport too much to act cocky. I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just real, and people that are real, like my guy Pac. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers hate real people. They hated Pac, and now they all love him when he's dead. It's funny how that goes. I'm not saying. I'm just saying, man, a lot of people hate for the wrong reasons. I got 4 grandbabies and a daughter that's 27 years old. I fight for me and them. That's who I fight for. And my dead brother, rest in peace. I mean, if you hate me for that, okay, good for you. I'm 43 years old. I've been chasing my dream, a childhood dream since I was 8 years old, and I got fucked off and caught up in some bullshit along the way. And I made my way back to my first love, and I'm living out my childhood dream. I love every minute of this, and I truly respect all BKFC fighters and fans that got love and respect for fighters. If you don't, well, fuck you. And that's all there is to it. I ain't got nothing but love for our fans. They're the reason why we're here.
Wow.
Would you ever go back to MMA with all this energy? I feel like you're BKFC for life here. I feel that energy. Do you miss MMA at all?
No.
No, didn't think so.
I
Did not think so.
I miss showing wrestlers, just strictly wrestlers, not the ones that move on and actually become full MMA fighters. But I miss showing wrestlers that I could out wrestle them. I was injured throughout my amateur career and I never said nothing. My shoulder was, so I was about 60% my entire amateur career and never mentioned it, because if you're going to fight, then why are you going to make an excuse? So I didn't say nothing till the years when I became a professional. And I said, hey, the truth, my whole amateur career, my shoulder was fucked. And I didn't say nothing. I could only bench 25 pounds in my left shoulder for fucking 4 years.
Damn.
And I never said a word.
Was it especially debilitating with the over the head stuff? Like overhead.
Yeah.
Because I have bad shoulders too, and I can attribute it to like overlifting. I was really big into like powerlifting and like
that's what happened. It's
my shoulders got super fucked, and I could feel you on that one. Right this second, right now, my left shoulder has 3 full tears in the labrum, and the rest of the labrum is blown out like crab meat. That's what the doctor said, and like I couldn't even imagine having to throw a fucking left hand punch at somebody right now because my fucking arm.
Well, you can tell it's healed now because that's all love to Kane, but that's what I knocked Kane out with my jab. So
you gave the shoulder,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The shoulder, you gave it time to heal up. Like it was super fucked. You got out of MMA and you gave it time to recover, and now you're feeling better than ever.
That's exactly what happened. I'm not trying to say the pandemic was a blessing for anybody, but it gave me the time because we couldn't have shows for amateur MMA, and it sped up me deciding to go professional. I had to go try out and earn my BKFC fight, and I'm proud of it. You know, I appreciate all the warriors in BKFC. I appreciate combat sports in general. I love boxing too. I just don't like the way that most boxers fight nowadays. Ryan Garcia, that was an awesome fight. I love that, you know. But I'm from the Mike Tyson era, man, where you come in and you go to destroy your opponent in the first and second round type stuff. That's what you'll see from me. Win or lose, I will never be a cocky fighter that's going to guarantee, except last fight. I did guarantee that. I didn't say that to my family, but I guaranteed that fight because I knew that if I didn't win that last fight, that it probably was time for me to hang it up, that I probably might not get another call back, 2 losses in a row. So I had my back against the wall, and I broke that man's ribs, I broke that man's nose, and I'm not going to say it, but I really fucked him up, man. And that's what I do. Dude. I go to break your limbs.
You were just talking about boxing.
Yes, sir.
The way you don't really like the way that people fight now. And this past weekend, I went out with some buddies of mine that I haven't hung out with for a while to go watch UFC. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch the fights, and we talked most of the time and barely even watched the fights because a lot of the fights get drawn out. And this happens often. There are some good fights. There are some good points in some of the fights, but most of the fights are a little boring. They're getting a little drawn out, especially for the casual fan. Can't follow that shit. And I forget what I was watching recently where they said back when UFC started up until a certain point, there were a lot of fighters fighting. Now there's a lot of athletes fighting. And I understand exactly what they're saying. You know, they have athletes fighting. The guys go in there. They're really good at what they do. They're so good that they make it boring. You know what I'm saying? They go in there and they know that if they do something really, really well, they can stop the other fighter from doing anything at all and win the fight, go to the next match. They can do that 10 times in a row and end up a champion. It's really crazy because, like, back in the day, there were some real crazy fights. Some really,
man, they
there
would
still
fight
is good
sometimes.
fights,
Like, remember the Hammer Coleman sometimes would fight what 3 or 4 in a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Man,
what you're saying, Mike, is like those fighters back in the day were the same guys that would fight somebody outside of a bar somewhere. And they would
Yes.
like they grew up fighting. You know, they grew up fighting in the streets and fighting.
Yeah.
And they grew
Now you have
all throughout their
training.
high school life. They're fucking fighting people at parties and shit. And then they get into training, and they are guys that fought, that got in the training, and like the Tank Abbotts of the fucking world. You know what I mean? Like the
Kimbo
Chuck
Slices,
Liddells and Kimbo said, you're right. Nowadays, it's so mainstream and so popular that
because you can make a lot of money. So people can make a career
I bet
of
you
it.
there's a large number of professional MMA fighters now that have never been in like an actual street fight.
Right.
That's
right.
Hey, you hit it right on the head, and that's exactly what I was about to say. I noticed throughout going to different gyms, as I do, being a gym hopper, as some people call it, but I like to meet different people, get different looks. And when you spar with young gentlemen, we talk and we ask questions. Most of them have never been in a street fight. Their first time fighting was sparring. And that's, in my opinion, why you see a lot of even professional badass boxers. One, I can't think off the top of his name. He fought, I think, he had fought Mayweather. He had been the champion before. He tapped out in like the 4th round because them knuckles hitting his face and that clinch was completely different than what he was used to. And he was a gentleman in his 40s. Or late 30s. Imagine these youngsters that literally have never been hit with knuckles. That's why you see, in my opinion, good fighters come over to the bare knuckles, and like Luke Rockhold get his tooth knocked out by Mike Perry and decide to tap out. Like, well, I'm not Luke. And then he came back, Luke, and did that awesome fight against that badass kickboxer, Joe Shields, I think is his name.
Joe Schilling, in Karate Combat.
So he made amends, in my opinion, but why are you going to tap out for getting your tooth knocked out? Keep fighting.
Yeah, he was
You're
talking
getting
about
paid for that.
Yep.
That's all I'm trying to get across, man. I fight the way that I would want to. If I was sitting and paid my hard-earned money and watching the fights, which I do, because I'm a fan first. So I watch the fights. I want to see action from start to finish. So in my fights, even in amateur MMA, win or lose, I love every minute of it. And no hater can ever rub it in my face about that knockout. That's why I used to laugh. Like, wait till I come back. And what happened? I knocked the motherfucker out in the 1st round with a jab. I'm not bragging. It is what it is. I take the good with the bad. Everybody that wanted to hate on me really hated on me. And it took me over 1.5 years to get another BKFC fight because of that. But you know what? When I got it, I sink my teeth in it like an animal, like a fucking lion, and the beast that I am. And I fuck around and I seeked and destroyed and grabbed a scalp. And that's what I'm doing on this one. And that's what I'm going to do until I retire. And I'm grabbing scalps. And that's what I come for. Every time I go in that ring or I go in that cage, I want to kill you. I want you dead. Just like Mike Tyson, the person that I love the most on this earth, as far as a combat sport fighter used to say, I get an erection when I'm fighting. I want you dead.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. I don't think there's much more you can say.
I know. We've got to end it there. You have to.
Yeah, we got to end it right
there.
there.
Drop the mic, walk off.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I really do. I got nothing but love and respect for all you guys. And Mike, you know that I love you guys, man. Real talk.
Hey,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on here. We will be tuned
nothing
in.
But love. Love all you BKFC fans and love you guys, man. You guys are doing an awesome thing. The Mike and Mish show, baby. Love you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Brett, we will not be there July 12th. Unfortunately, we can't make the trip. But everybody, make sure you're tuned in July 12th at BKFC Fight Night Pachanga in Temecula, California. He's going to be taking on a big, powerful guy, Luis Villasenor, and it's going to be a fucking bang. It's going to be a banger. I know it. You're coming in with a head of steam. You got energy that is, hard to match for sure. You are one of the most high energy guys we've had on the show, and we
Hey, win or
appreciate
lose,
you.
this is the way it is.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on here. Best of luck, July 12th. Mike, you got anything else for Brett?
Hey, make sure you follow Brett at Machiavelli Fight Team on Instagram, baby. And
Or
is it
Brett MB on Instagram too.
MB?
Brett MB, our Machiavelli Fight Team. Thank you guys, man. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for the time.
All right. And
buddy.
everybody, make sure you stay tuned because David Simpson's got his stuff working. So we're going to bring him on in about 2 minutes.
Jackson Week Worldwide, baby.
There
Yes,
you go.
sir.
Thanks, Brett.
Take it easy, Brett.
Yep. Love you guys. Good night.
Later, man.
Take it
Later.
easy. David Simpson is here finally. Better late than never is what they say, right, buddy?
Got it going. Sorry about that. We good.
Hey, man,
you don't have to
welcome to the
apologize.
show. Welcome back to the show. Here you are, man. 4 fights, about to be 5 fights into your BKFC career. And I was taking a look. I mean, we were there for your first fight. We were there for your third fight. We might have we were there for your fourth fight. We weren't there for your second one. But guys, his run in the BKFC, Scott O'Shaughnessy is no pushover.
That was a crazy fight too, man.
Beats Jeff Soder. Is that how you say his name? Soder. But then you fought goddamn Dave Mundell and fucking Jay Jackson. You haven't had an easy go in the BKFC, but you are a big, powerful, talented fighter, and you were in there with all of them guys hanging in there. Now you get a chance to get back in there, get back into the winning column against Marcus Suarez. Talk a little bit about the return of Dave Simpson.
Yeah, man, I've been training this whole time, man. I've had 4 people back out in a row. I've been training the whole time. Maybe took 2 weeks where I trained a little bit easier, but I still, was training then too. And yeah, man, I'm just doing what I do, man. And it's been a long time coming, man. I've been in the bullpen ready to go.
Hey, name all of them. Name all 4 of the people that pulled out. Go ahead.
We're listening.
Be that guy. No, you don't have to do that. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I will, man. I told you, said it happens again, man. I'm gonna post it. Is what I said. You know what I'm saying?
These weren't like injury pullouts. These were just people saying, I don't want to fight him.
Yeah, pretty much. One last dude just literally told him I was too big. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, I never even fought 205, and dude was fighting 205 fights and stuff. I've never fought heavier than 85, and I don't know, man. It's been frustrating, man, but I'm glad to get this one locked in.
Sounds frustrating.
Listen, Marcus Suarez has some energy behind him. A lot of people like Merc season. He has a great story behind him. Used to be a big heavy guy and lost a bunch of weight, got his life together, and he's a pretty popular character down there in Florida. Thoughts on your opponent Marcus and how you feeling heading into a guy like him? In stepping in there and kind of in like his home, I think it's sort of his home turf, Miami. I think it is, right?
Yeah, I think he's a Florida guy. I've looked into him a little bit, not that much. I'm not going to spend but so much time, looking into other men. But I'm sure, he's, staying active. I'm sure he's a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of more focused on what I'm going to be doing. I don't think he's I don't think he's the people I fought already. I'm sure he's tough, like I said, but I think I fought plenty of tough people, and I've gotten a lot of things straight in my game, and I'm looking forward to getting out there.
So we know that you train with a lot of guys that we've grown to love over the last 4 years. Have you been training with Isaac Doolittle or Lorenzo Hunt for this camp?
Yeah, I was in Florida like right before I got the call because I was training. I knew I had a fight coming up before I had it lined up, and I was out at Lorenzo's, and I trained with Lorenzo the whole leading up to his Chris Camozzi fight too, and trained with his fighters out there. And I've been getting up with Isaac every week leading up for this fight, which has been good sparring, good rounds. And I got my brother in town that's going to be my main sparring partner from here on out. He's long and the same height and reach as dude I'm fighting. So, I have everything I need, man. Everything's been going real good.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine what it's like training with those two guys, man. Isaac and Lorenzo. I don't see either one of them taking it easy in any kind of camp. Lorenzo, I don't even know what it's like to spar with a guy like him because he looks like he doesn't know how to like pull back at all. Can you talk a little bit about that? How much sparring did you get in there with the fucking juggernaut?
Yeah, man, I didn't get to spar with him last time I went, but man, I spar with him every day for the Chris Camozzi fight, man. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was crazy, and yeah, man, I enjoyed every minute of being with the champ, man. It was cool, man. A lot of respect for him. Yeah, it was good. He focuses on speed and movement, and he's got a crazy style that works good for him. And yeah, it's an honor being in there with him, man.
Absolutely.
What about Nate from No Quarter Combatives? What about that guy?
Yeah, that's my dude, man.
Yeah.
Funny guy, man. He's a real good dude. He does a lot for us, man. He sets up, training times for me and gets sponsors and what I'm saying. He's a real good dude, man. And yeah, I met him through Lorenzo for the Chris Camozzi fight.
He's a fucking great guy. And like, I don't even know, does he consider himself like a manager? What exactly is Nate in No Quarter Combatives? Is he just like a liaison for fighters or something? Because we know him and I communicate with him and like, I love that dude, but what does he consider himself? Is he like a trainer, a manager, or is he just that guy?
I think he's like like a manager and a sponsor, a good middleman, good networking. He does a lot of promotion and stuff for the fighters. You know what I'm saying? He does a little bit of everything, man. He's all.
He like I knew that like he used to run. He worked with the military a lot in the past, and that's why we get along with him very well because we're in the military. We understand what the hell he's about, and he understands what we're about. But like he used to run ranges and set up ops for different training sessions or whatever you want to call them, and like he took all that and like parlayed it into this combat sports career, and now he's got himself like tied in with you and Isaac and Jake Lindsay and fucking Juggernaut Hunt. So he's got a bunch of studs in his camp, if you want to call it that. It's pretty cool.
Sure, yeah, he done a lot of cool things, man, for sure.
Fucking what do you walk around? You're 185er, David. What do you cut a lot? Because you're a big 185er. Like I remember the fight with you and Dave Mundell, and Dave is like a small 185er, right? But he does carry some weight when he is at 185. He's like a stout little 185er. But
yeah.
do you cut a lot of weight because you're a big dude?
Yeah, not as much as people think. I actually was 5 pounds lighter than Mundell for that fight officially when we were out.
Really?
Or not? Yeah, I was like 201, and he said he was like 207, so I was like 201 and a half. He did a good job of putting it back. I usually walk around about 209, man, and I got up to like 214. I did a couple weeks of lifting and eating a little bit more just before I started, dieting down and not having as much fun eating. You know what I'm saying? And then I started my weight cut early this time, man, and that's going to be a game changer in my fight, man. Because I've been looking back, I've struggled with weight cuts a little bit. Not that I couldn't make the weight or I'm such a big 5 compared to others, but just I would just focus on trying to put the size back on. Whereas this time, I'm as light as I've been in a while, you know what I'm saying? And I'm ahead of the game for the weight cut, man. And I just think I'm going to be feeling a lot better out there. You know, I'm going to be feeling nice. I haven't, like last fight, man, like, Jay's a tough fighter and I got cut too. But, that was rough, man. Like I was trying to put some size back on and I felt terrible before going out there. And, I'm making sure that don't happen again this time, man. I'm taking the weight cut a lot more serious for this one.
So you say you're already tracking to make weight, and you're 15 days out from the fight.
Yeah, I'm ahead of the game with that as much as I've ever been for BKFC, MMA, or any of my fights, man.
Nice. Do you ever I know that you're a tough guy and you're not going to turn down a fight, but do you ever look back at your run so far in the BKFC and be like, maybe I shouldn't have taken the Mundell fight? Or do you have any regrets at all about anything you've done so far with the BKFC?
My coach, has said that in moments and stuff, man. But, in all honesty, man, for everyone that was there, it was a close fight. I was probably, I was doing just fine before I walked into that punch. And
right.
Every fight I've ever lost, man, I could have won. And, it's just a game of inches. And I've been in there with some tough people. But, I still think I've done as good with Dave Mundell as anyone's done out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had him hurt. I went to the last round. And in all honesty, the exchange that he caught me with, and I had done that exchange in the fight, and fine with that. And then one time, I just kind of telegraphed with my hand a little bit before and he just had that split second to get that punch. But even with what I lost with, I had some success within the fight. It was a small detail, and I paid for it. But I definitely could have won that night, and I know I'm a lot better of a boxer now, and I, because I focus on technique, more than I focus on anything else, since I've been with my coach, Jason Williams, in Wales. He coaches me online, 3 to 6 hours a week. And, he's a real good coach, man.
Boxer Tricks? Is that what it was?
Boxer Tricks. Yeah, that's my dude, Jason. And, he has champion fighters. He got a fighter in Wales fighting for BKB title next fight. He was Dan Lurwell's coach. And I'm thankful that he's, stayed on board with me through my losses and stuff, man. And, I'm going to get the win this time, man, and correct some of the things I've done wrong.
I'm trying to remember. Didn't he coach Bobo?
Bobo. I was going to say, Mike, is that the same guy?
Did you fight on the same card?
Birmingham?
Coach Bobo? Or am I mixing?
I wasn't. He watched my first fight that I did with Bobo, and that's when he hit me up and was interested in coaching me. But I would.
That was Birmingham, right?
That was Biloxi.
The Biloxi.
Biloxi. Okay. And that was the one that we thought it was strange that Bobo had him on a headset or something, right? Yes. And we were like, is that even legal? I don't know, man.
Weird. We were like,
we thought it was very weird, a guy's watching from home.
Yeah.
And coaching, and Bobo would go to the corner and they would put an earpiece in his ear, and the coach would coach him from Europe. I thought that was so crazy. Yeah,
it was during COVID, man. As when he was trying, he was coaching people online during COVID, and that's how he branched out, to Bobo and me and stuff at that time. And then we just stuck with it, man. He's a real good coach, and I'm learning a lot, man. And I plan to show it this next fight.
So crazy. I remember we talked a lot about that, about how is that allowed? Is that allowed in other sports? Is this the only sport that they allow it in? Because I've never seen anybody do that before.
I don't think they're feeling it, you know what I'm saying, no more, man, but we still doing the training, you know what I'm
saying. If I remember your debut fight correctly, we were there for that one. And I want to say that O'Shaughnessy, is it Sean O'Shaughnessy or O'Shaughnessy?
O'Shaughnessy.
Is there an O in there? O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
Okay. O'Shaughnessy was kind of cruising through the first 3 rounds of that fight. And we were like, oh man, he's just gonna run away with this one. But then, like, I don't know if he put it into cruise control, but you started fucking smacking him around. And in the 5th round, we were like, oh shit, this guy's gonna fucking
Yeah, we
steal
weren't
it.
sure he was gonna win the fight.
Yeah, we
anymore
were
after
like,
that.
oh man, this dude's gonna steal the fight. Like, when you first made that that debut against O'Shaughnessy, did it take you a couple rounds to like get in the groove of things? Being that it was a brand new sport to you, because it was in the later half of that round that I remember you like flipped the switch and like things changed a little bit, and especially I think the 5th round. Or it might have been the 4th round. You were fucking getting him in one of those later rounds, and like you probably were feeling like, oh shit, I'm gonna take this fucking thing. Talk about that for a second.
3 rounds, man. He called me off guard a little bit. He did drop me one time, legitimately, but a couple of times, like he was pushing around during exchanges, and they were calling it, and I was just like, come on, man, I got slipped. Type shit, you know what I'm saying? It was frustrating, but one time he did, and then I dropped him one time, and then they didn't count it too. It was kind of a weird fight with that part, man. It was a little frustrating because it took a lot of points from me. But then the last 2 rounds, it's like I knew I needed to settle it down, and I think we were just like big, strong dudes, and we were just trying to kill each other, man. The first 3 rounds, and then the 4th and 5th round, I was like, I got to start being smart and change stuff up. And then I really started finding a rhythm and was doing some good damage on him, man. I almost definitely put him out, man. I felt his spirit break out there for sure, man. But I stole the last 2 rounds real nice. And it felt frustrating. I was yelling for the 6th round, man. It was frustrating. You know what I'm saying? But I had a lot of fun out there, man. I learned a lot, man. I never had stitches or a broken bone, and none of my little street fights as a kid growing up, or or any of my MMA fights. And I had a hole in my face, and I had a broken hand. My first BKFC fight, man. I was just like, man, this is, what I'm saying. I learned a lot. Like I felt the distance was different. Like you felt like you had to be a little closer than I was used to. And just really, I learned you can't just be out there trying to kill somebody. You need to be smart.
And also, starting from the scratch line is a little different, right? Like you coming from, I mean, you just spoke on some street fights. Street fights, obviously, you're starting right in front of each other and you're fucking going at it, and we all know about that. But in MMA, you're starting on opposite side of the cage. You're walking towards each other. You were making your debut in a sport where they force you to stand 3 feet apart from each other, put your fucking hands up, and then they say fight, and you are within an arm's length right off the rip. That's got to be a little bit of a change, right?
Yeah, no, I remember right on the first one, we punched each other at the same time, right when they said go, and I remember I saw him, I cut him right when we hit him, but he hit me too. And we were just like my brother said watching the fight. It was like we were just big dudes just like killing each other. We were just like crashing. It just sounded bad. But yeah, I broke my hand. I had a jab. It's like my tooth went through my mouth. And one of the jabs in the 2nd round, I think I broke my hand in the 1st round of that fight, man. It was crazy, man. It was honestly one of the most fun fights I had, though. Like the last 2 rounds, I started really having fun, man, out there. And my broken hand, I was fighting with it, finding it, still having fun out there, man. It was a good fight, though.
Fucking savages. It always amazes me when you guys there was a fight recently, and I can't even remember what it was, but somebody broke their hand in the first minute of the 1st round and then fought 4 more. I think it was an MMA fight, but either way, you guys are on a different level from regular humans. But let's talk about this before we wrap up. We don't want to keep you too long, and we brought you on later because of technical difficulties. But Marcus Suarez, he got an unfortunate loss to Drew Nolan, and then he bounced back against Williamson. He looked better in the 2nd fight. You're fighting Marcus, but what's going to be different about you, David Simpson, this time around from the first 4 times that we've seen you out there? Going against stout competition in your first 4 fights. Now you've been training with killers. You've had a little time off and been able to reestablish yourself. What's going to be different about you this time around, and what can we expect when you go in there against Marcus Suarez?
Man, definitely, I'm going to have an experience advantage that I think I've made the best of at this point. Just everything I've done since I've been out there. And, I'm going to be feeling so much better out there physically because of how I'm doing this weight cut better. I should be having, because every fight I've had, like the Dave Mundell fight, I felt pretty decent, probably the best I felt. But I haven't, I'm saying I've struggled with feeling good for fights with just not cutting weight soon enough and just little things, this little game of inches and stuff like that. Like I'm ahead of the game with that, so I'm gonna be feeling better. I know my confidence is higher and my experience is higher, man. And I think I'm as explosive or as strong as anybody in my weight class. In all honesty, I don't think no one has like a strength advantage on me or nothing. It's just about me coming out and doing me good, man. Just showing up and performing and mentally prepared. And
I was just gonna ask you that mentally, like, are you more mentally dialed in than ever? Do you feel like the camp you got around you this time and being in Lorenzo's camp and working with Isaac and now going back to where are you right now?
What's up? I'm in Kansas at home.
You're in
man.
Kansas. So you're at home in Kansas, surrounding yourself with the people that you're around. Do you feel like mentally more dialed in right now, or is it kind of the same, just a little more experience difference this time?
I live for this, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying training. I'm enjoying the process, staying in the present and just doing the things that that the workouts I want to get done, the meals I want to eat, the rest I want to get. Like, I'm just making sure that I put it in, just prioritizing things right, man. And it's gonna pay off. You come here a couple weeks for sure.
Looking
So I
forward
see.
to it, man.
So I see on your shirt, Aesir. I see it in the background. Is this a company that sponsors you, or you're into Norse mythology?
No, it is my home gym, man. You know what I'm saying? It's my home gym. I teach some of the kids in town. I got some adults that come train too, and just like most fighters, do a little teaching on the side, man. And I got a gym right here in town, and this is where I train for my fights and stuff too, man.
Are you way into like Norse mythology though? Or is that why you picked that name?
Yeah, I rep the Vikings and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm no expert or nothing, man, but I like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got way into Norse mythology, listened to a bunch of audiobooks of all the stories. It's very interesting, the Aesir and the Vanir and the fighting between them. It's crazy. If anybody's into that stuff, like God of War, you ever play God of War, the video game?
Yeah, I play a little bit. I got my kids, the big axe. They swing at each other with a little foam sword, man. I got it for them.
Yeah, it's some of the coolest shit ever. I mean, a lot of the comic books are based on those characters,
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I like it, man. It's solid. It's a nice little gym logo and stuff I got.
Hell yeah, man.
Awesome stuff, man. Hey, for sure, we're excited to see you back. You are the first fight on the card. As far as the fight cards built right now, you should be setting the tone for Hollywood Hard Rock, which, like we said earlier, is one of the best venues you can go see a fight at. So you and Merc Season get to set the tone for the entire night. I'm wishing you the best of luck on your return to the squared circle for sure, man. We're excited to see you back. Do you have any final words that you want to say to anybody that's going to be tuning in?
Hey, man, appreciate everyone keeping up with me, man. I'm going for knockout tonight. I'm gonna put on a good show. I'm gonna fight smart and take my opportunities when it come and come back with the win.
There it is. Easy as that, man. Shout out to you and Nate and everybody who got you on the show tonight. Thank you so much for coming on here. And Mike and I, we've been telling everybody that we're not going to make it down to this one. As much as we love to go to Hollywood Hard Rock for an event, that is one of our favorite venues now. We are in the busiest season of our military lives right now. Every year, right around the mid-June to early July, we are balls to the wall busy, and it sucks ass because we can't make it to any of the fucking live events during that time. And until the Mike and Mish show becomes lucrative enough for us to stop doing Army stuff, Sorry,
Yeah.
Dave. We will not be there, but
Let
we
them
will
know,
be watching.
Let them know when you're there that they just sign us to a nice fat
Yeah.
old contract. Get us out of this military contract, right? Who the
Yeah.
hell signed me up for this shit, Dave?
Yeah.
Who signed me up for it?
Fucking idiots. Yeah.
But,
So hey, yeah, we're excited, man. Thank you so much. There you go. You see the poster right there, setting the tone. BKFC 62, Hollywood, Florida. It's a hell of a card, Dave. You are on one hell of a card.
Sure.
Couple fucking big fights at the top of that couple title fights, some big names on that card. It should be a packed house.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
and you get to fight, and then you get to go and watch all the fights and just chill out. That's the best part right there. You get to fight, set the tone, and then go get some food and a drink and just chill out and watch the fights. So good for you, man.
Appreciate
All
you,
right.
brother.
Well, man, thanks for coming on. Thanks for trying to get back in here. I know you were having some issues, and it would have been easy just to be like, "See you later," not coming back on. But you fought the good fight, and you got back in.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
All right,
Thanks,
brother.
man.
Hey, take it easy and have a good one. All right.
Everybody else, we will be right back.
I wanted to do something, and I hope it doesn't get on your nerves because you're in this 12-week camp and you're cutting weight. But you inspired me to try something tonight, live on the air. I made this fight poster. I'm gonna take a challenge. Okay, here we go. I said I made this poster. I said live on the Mike and Mish show, special guest referee. I will be challenging a Big Mac right now on the air with you as the referee. One bite challenge. Okay.
Yes,
One bite, everyone knows the rules, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could say one bite, everyone knows the rules. You might be
Hey,
impeding
I'm
on...
doing it.
Yeah.
Do it. I'm so excited.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna attempt to put this entire fucking Big Mac in my mouth right now, just like Alicia's Zapatilla. Here we go.
This makes me so happy.
I'm thinking of like so here he goes. He's shoving it in. I think if he rolled it to one side and rolled it back and then back to the middle and shoved the rest in, I feel like that would be.
Yeah, he's gotta like put it to one side, put it to the other, then shove the whole thing in.
Oh, what is that? Just some lettuce falling out? Oh, I think he's got it all in there. That's it.
Oh, no.
Look at this guy. What a maniac.
Wow. That's impressive.
What do you think, Alicia?
I think that he has to finish it, and then I'll be impressed.
I think he's gonna finish it. I mean, I've seen Kyle. I've seen Kyle eat before, and I think he's gonna mow that thing right down. I didn't know if he could get that thing in his friggin' mouth. I was like, you're not just gonna do a cheeseburger. You got to do a Big Mac.
That's impressive. Good work. Good work.
Very nice. Very, very nice. I enjoyed that. That was very quick, though. Holy smokes.
That was better than anything I could have done.
Should have timed it. Well, we can go back. We can go back and I'll roll it back and do it later on.
Dude,
we'll put a little timer on it.
That's all it's off. That is Alicia.
That is so impressive. Good.
You should tell him he has to eat the rest of that lettuce and the box.
No.
I barely even made a mess either.
You know,
I'm impressed.
Very little. Very little.
Have you ever seen the movie The Great Outdoors?
No, I haven't.
86er.
John Candy goes into this restaurant and they're like, if you eat this big ass steak, so how is it 86er? It's like 86 ounces or something. So he eats it and then you get it for free. And then the waiter comes over and he's like, you gotta eat the whole thing because he left the fat on the plate. It's like a whole bunch of fat. And he's like, you gotta eat the rest of all the fat. So he's like, oh man, and then he eats it all and gets sick.
Dude, that was rough, and I am not gonna lie, I choked a little bit, and I had to take a sip of this to get it down, or I would have died on the air.
I asked him I said, what happens if you die on the air? Then what do we do? Then I have a new co-host.
I guess you got to start looking. I mean, I'm free.
That's what would have had to happen. I mean, you would just
the Mike and Alicia show would probably get away.
Just by pity alone, you'd have to be on at least a few shows until I found someone else.
Just a few.
Amy says I had to leave the room. My wife was standing right there, and she started like filming me on her camera, and then she started like gagging and ran out of the room. So
good work.
Yeah, well, that was fun. I'm gonna regret that in a little bit. Redo that all over again, which we should. We'll redo that all over again. We should have put me big on the screen. This is when as you guys could see, this is a learning process. Our background was kind of shittier back then. We didn't have the Mike and Mish logo. That was a long time ago. But now that I watched that,
Was a while ago.
kind of blocked everybody from seeing me shove that fucking thing in my mouth. And if I could do it all over again, we would have made me big on the screen, and I would have stood up tall and proud, like a proud Big Mac eater. I would have shoved that fucking goddamn thing in. And maybe, just maybe, Mike, we should have our audience come up with like a food challenge, and I'll fucking do another one on this goddamn show because I'm up for it. And Big Ben's giving me shit. He says he could do 2. Ben, we know that you like. I know that like Big Ben likes to take 2 things in his mouth at once, but I'm talking Big Macs here, bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Negative 12% owner of this show, you motherfucker.
Shout out, let's go, boy.
Shout out, let's go, boy.
Let's go, boy.
Yeah.
A double shout out, let's go, boy, for that, for 2 burgers.
Mike has brought this show a long way. Big Ben says, why does Ben hate me? You know what?
It's guts.
Ben, I will never answer another fucking phone call of yours ever again. You son of a bitch.
So we have something to do, courtesy of Big Ben, by the way. Negative.
Big Ben. All right, hey, let's give some stuff away, Mike.
Yeah, we have a few things, and we have questions to go along with them. So let's give away a couple of billboard mats. Ben, I hope you're watching, buddy, because we're gonna give away your mats now. So right here we have a billboard mat, medium in size. It has the Knucklemania 4 card on it, and I'm going to tell you there is a question I'm going to ask.
Mike,
whoever answers it first.
If you pull that off the screen for a second, I'll show exactly how big these are because I got one in my hand right now.
Okay.
So this is not one of the ones that we're giving away, but to give you an idea of what they are, this is how big they are compared to like your chest.
Yeah.
They're very cool. I have a bunch of them hung up on my wall over here. They're pretty badass.
Yeah.
Made by our boy Tommy Clohessy.
Right I have one right here.
Yep, that's a coaster size. But the size that we're giving away is the one that I was just holding up. Same size. Coaster. Tommy
I use it. So here we go. I'm gonna put the question out. First person to answer it will win it. Ben, don't win your own prize. Just letting you know. Try not to answer the question. What BKFC fighter was in attendance at Knucklemania 4 with Nate Diaz and also got into a fight with Jorge Masvidal today? We just talked about that a little while ago.
Drop the name in the comment section. Drop the name in the comment section.
You can win this one.
BKFC fighter was in attendance at Knucklemania 4 as a spectator, but also got into a fight with Jorge Masvidal today at the press conference.
Jason, you're close. Yeah.
Spell the name right.
Accept that.
Spell the name right.
Ben puts the fingers up. You're both wrong.
Definitely not spelt right. So go ahead. Come on, guys. Put it in.
Actually, you know what? Who's the guy who illustrates or actually writes for The Simpsons? We just had David Simpson on The Simpsons. Was it Koenig? Is that who it is? I know
Groening?
that. I know that name.
Matt
Groening. That's Groening. Yeah.
Matt Groening.
Okay. Matt. Yeah. That's
Matt Groening.
Homer
MG.
Simpson's hair, right?
Yeah, his hair. It says it has an MG in his ear.
There we go. Rodney Thomas with the win.
There it is. Spelled correctly.
Ring, not Koenig.
Yep. Koring. Nick Koring of Stockton, California. 1-0 in the BKFC, 13-2 in MMA, and he wants all the smoke in the BKFC. He is a powerful 185er, but we talked to him in Albuquerque, and you remember what he told us? I have no problem knocking out the entire 205 division, and fuck, I'll go up to heavyweight, and I'll fight all them guys too, because none of those heavyweights look much bigger than me anyway, so I'm up for this.
Yeah. So
the guys got a lot.
Sorry. Rodney Thomas got it right. Nick Koring. So Rodney, hit us up.
Message us.
Yep. On Instagram or Facebook, message us, get us your address, and we will make sure that big old Ben gets that thing to you or gets it to us, and we'll get it to you either way. So moving on.
Give away another one?
Yeah, we're going to give away all 3 right now, right? Knuckle Mania 4 card with the staff of BKFC. We got some champions, some workers. We got the ring card girls on there. So the question for this one is, how long did it take for Mike Perry to beat Thiago Alves? Okay. How long did it take for Mike Perry to beat Thiago Alves? I want the time
The
exactly.
official time, guys.
Yes. How long did it take Mike Perry to beat Thiago Alves? Let's
I'm
get
going to tell
that
you right now.
answer.
I'm going to tell you right now. Mike and I both thought it was quicker.
Yeah, we did.
But we checked it before the show, and 15 different websites all have it the same official time of that fight for Mike Perry and Thiago Alves. What was the time that it took Mike Perry to dispatch of Thiago Alves?
Yeah.
I wish it
We
lasted
need
longer.
the time. We need the time. We need the time. Let me put the question up on the screen here so everybody can read it. How long did it take for Mike Perry to beat Thiago Alves at Knucklemania 4? Waiting on an answer. Big Ben, I hate this. Laugh out loud. You've been begging us to do it for 3 weeks ago. What do you mean you hate it? What do you hate?
Oh, right there you go. There you
There
go.
it
We'll give
is.
it to you in Spanish. There it is. Ba-boom.
In Spanish, uno minuto. Here we
Uno
go.
minuto. Dude, it was 1 minute on the dot. I thought it was bullshit when I saw it on the first one. I'm like, Mike, it says 1 minute. It can't be 1 minute. It's got to be some odd seconds, right? Nope. 1
I thought it was
0
like 40,
0.
yeah.
1 minute of the first round. Absent-minded.
Hey.
Our boy. Shout out, let's go, boy. That's right.
Let's go, boy himself. All righty. So we gave that away. Let me go. Let's take this comment off the screen. We have 2 winners now. We're going on to the last one. And guess
One more.
This is a good one. I forgot your question, Kyle, but I did write a new one in here as we were doing the show because it fits the bill. Because the last Matt happens to be AC Schlater himself. So what better than to ask a question about
Saved by the Bell?
The Bell. And it's a pretty easy one, okay?
Yes,
So guys, better
yes.
get ready. Get your fingers on the keyboard because I'm going to tell you. Let me take this. I still got the damn old question up there. Freaking rookie mistake. All right. Here we go. Everybody get ready.
I don't even know the question. Let's go.
What nickname did AC Slater call Zach Morris? Go.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Good.
This is going to be quick. It's going to be quick.
That is quick. This should be quick. Come on,
Someone
guys.
should have this.
What do you call him? He called
I
it
was
every
looking up
freaking
questions
time.
online, and some of them I was like, I don't know if people are going to get these, but maybe they would. Maybe they would because some of them I knew. He said, "Oh no, I know this, but you didn't type it, and you already won, so don't do it."
Yeah, you can't win another one. Starts with a P.
Look, he's helping you. He's helping you. He's helping you.
Hey, come on, let's go, guys. This is too easy, man. He never called Zach. He always called him this word.
Yes, he did. Did he do this? Did he call him this? Did he go, stupid?
No.
Stupid.
That's fucking great. The anti-drug commercial that they were doing.
Stupid.
Stupid. Yes. Stupid. There it is.
Yes, there it is.
That's how you spell it too, right? And wait, did
It's
Jason win the first one? No.
No, he won last week.
Oh no, Rodney
He didn't
won
win
the first one.
one. Rodney won. That's right.
There you
The
go.
eighth.
There you go.
I don't know what that
Preppy.
is.
Preppy is the answer. Preppy.
Oh, he did say. Did he call him Ace every now and then?
Who?
Where's Howie talking about?
The Ace? No. AC Slater called Zach Morris Preppy, and that's what he called him. Hey,
Yes,
how about this bonus question here? Not to give anything away, but Mike, AC Slater was a star wrestler and football player at Bayside High. What sport did Zach Morris excel at? Basketball.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't think Mark Paul Gosselaar could ball at all. I would fucking smoke him in a one-on-one. We're probably the same age. Fuck you, Preppy. I'll get 12 boards over you right now.
Stupid.
And by the way, the Celtics are up 105-82 right now. Up 23 points in game 1. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So that's it, man. Hey, we got
Ben said should have asked my question. I have I have 0% knowledge of his question. I don't know what he's talking about at all.
Should have asked.
And
my
what are you
question.
talking about? Name the other 5 main characters on the show.
The 5. Okay.
Good on that.
AC Slater, Zach Morris, Lisa Turtle, Kelly Kapowski, and Jesse Spano. That's 5 right there. And Mr. Belding, that's 6. And Max, the dude that owned the Max, that's 7.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then the
I love the
nerds.
music that they use between scenes.
There's all the
yeah.
There's all the nerds.
I was doing.
And okay, how about this one, Mike?
Do you want? Do you have? Wait, hold on. Hold on.
You got something to give away?
Yeah. Let's give away a copy of Chris Lytle's bullying book here.
Okay, Screech. Oh, I didn't say Screech, did I? So
no, you didn't. So there's more than 5.
He said name the 5 main characters. I didn't even name.
There's more than 5.
Screech is the 6th.
Unbelievable.
Dude, Screech had a girlfriend in that show. Screech had a little nerdy girlfriend, a very famous actress, nerdy girlfriend. Who was the actress that played Screech's nerdy girlfriend on Saved by the Bell? Her dad is a fucking god in Hollywood. Go ahead. First person to drop the actress's name that played the nerdy girlfriend of Screech Powers, who went on to do porn later on in life, and he's dead right now. Who was the actress that played that fucking girlfriend? Come on. Let's go. Do you know who it is?
You know what's funny is I was talking about the episode when they worked at the Malibu Sands Beach Resort with Ben on the other day. Ben called me up.
Leah Remini.
Oh, yes, Leah Remini.
Oh, there you go. Hey, absent-minded, we'll give you this one too. Let's go ahead and it was Violet. Yes, it was. Violet was her name on the show. And you know what? We can give him this one. Tori Spelling is the answer, who went on
bonus.
Extremely famous in 90210 at Beverly Hills 90210. There you go. Tori Spelling was the nerdy girlfriend.
Twan, sorry, man. We whatever. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Never watched the show. Let me tell you, go and watch the show because it's really good.
Who's your favorite character on that show?
I thought it was great.
Who is your favorite character on that show?
So what's funny is I just love when I was a kid, I just loved the show.
Yeah.
But my favorite character on the show, man, it was probably Zach when I was younger.
Yeah, Zach was the man. But
it was Zach. But I love Kelly Kapowski. I mean, I really watched it. I told Ben this story when we were on the phone because we were talking about all these different episodes, and I told him that my mom, at that time we had the camera where you had to wind it up, and then when the flash would go like this, it would go like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then you take the picture. Well, I took one of those, right? I took that and I knew the episode that was on that Saturday morning was the one where they had like the bikini contest at the Max. So I remember Kelly was in a bikini in it. I don't know if it was the contest. And I remember taking her camera and taking a picture of Kelly in her bikini on the television. And then my mom went and had to get those fucking things developed at like a CVS or some shit. And she came home and she's looking through the and it's like family members and fucking parties and shit. And then, because you got to use the whole roll. They didn't weigh shit back then. They had to take a lot of good pictures. And then all of a sudden she's like, Michael, what is this? And I'm like, what is what? And I took it. And I was like, oh, that's mine. That's my shit. I took a picture of Kelly Kapowski in a bikini on the television.
On the TV.
That's right.
For the spank
I was
bank.
probably like 12 years old.
Oh, that's hilarious.
13,
Mike,
coming into my own.
If we were to get Mario Lopez on this show, I don't know if he would enjoy this question, but I would really like to ask him if him and Mark Paul Gosselaar are Eskimo brothers. I feel like they have to be, right? Those two guys.
Have to do is listen to a few podcasts. I think you could figure that out.
Yeah, they're. Oh, really? Yeah,
I've heard some
they've
episodes of some podcasts, and they were talking about behind the scenes and everything, and
yeah.
how Screech was so young that they like just treated him like an absolute piece of shit. Like they didn't like.
And then the two older
They,
boys were banging on all the girls.
yeah, they were just they were all having a blast together, and he was super, super young at the time, so they were like, get him out of here. Like they didn't hang out with them. Yeah,
That's hilarious, dude.
but
Oh man, I just saw the video. What video is he talking about? Lord Wanye.
yeah, who are you talking about? Is it Wanye?
Wanye. Lord
I'll never
Wanye.
forget that. I can't mess that up. Messed it
Yeah,
up about a million times before he told us that. Just saw the video.
Dude, my fucking parents hated Saved by the Bell. My parents,
Really?
because I was, we were the same age, and like I was,
Da-na-na.
dude, my dad thought it was the cheesiest. It probably was. My dad was
Oh,
like, "This
probably
is the
so.
fucking worst. You watching this again?"
That's what I do to my kids.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Zach has to win the
Bro with
vacation.
Rasha on the
Zach has to win the Hawaii vacation, but he's stuck in fucking detention. He's
Yeah.
got to. He's got to fake his way out of detention and get down to the max to win this fucking thing. And then he's gonna say. So he thinks I'm so smart. I'm gonna put a blonde wig on Screech and send him down there. Right? Remember that fucking? I remember them all.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yep. I spent about 25 minutes talking to Ben the other day while I was friggin' trimming the hedges and shit. But anyways, it is 2 hours into the show. We just hit the 2-hour point. It is Thursday night. We have a weekend coming up. I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Hey, we have one
some
guest
fights.
for next week already. Do you want to know who it is? I haven't
Yes.
told you yet. But for everyone that wants to know, Patrick Brady's coming on next Wednesday, 9:25. He messaged me after the show last night and said, "What do I got to do to get on your show? I got to call somebody out. I want to fight this guy, and I feel like your show is the spot. I want to come on. I want to call somebody out. So tune in next Wednesday. We're going to build a couple more guests, obviously, from now to next Wednesday.
Yeah.
But as of right now, big heavyweight, powerful, experienced PFL veteran Patrick Brady, Philly boy, is going to be coming on. He's going to be calling out somebody in the heavyweight division.
Mhm.
Don't know who that is yet, but he's ready to fight again. So we'll see who that is.
Yep.
And Big Ben, your face, Kyle. Oh, and tune. Yep, there you go. Tune in. That is Saturday, right? Saturday.
Yeah. Make sure you guys know this is in the afternoon. Okay, so 2 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you're tuned in.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Venus
2 p.m.
versus
Is that when the start of the? Is it the start of the prelims? Yep.
Yes.
So there you go. When you're having your.
Wait a second. You know what's funny here, and I just noticed this. Going to call it out really live on the show. It says main card 2, and at the bottom it says free prelims 2. I can read that. You see this? Am I right or am I wrong? Is that what that says?
Yep. Main card 2 p.m. Free prelims 2 p.m.
Unbelievable. I just noticed that right now. That is
Unreal.
unacceptable. Unacceptable. Let's take a real good look right now before we get off so we can let people know what the times are, and there is no time. It says 2 p.m., so I'm guessing that the prelims start at 2 p.m. and that the main card starts at 3 p.m.
Hey,
That's
guys.
my guess.
Guys, Big Ben knows who he wants to call out. Big Ben knows. Big Ben, guess what, Big Ben? I might know who he wants to call out. Do you fucking stew nod? Jesus Christ. I'm trying to build up an episode, you fucking dummy.
Damn it.
Negative 15% owner now.
Unbelievable.
Just keeps losing equity in the goddamn show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to Joy Boy, Justin Ibarrola. Thank you to Brett Fields, and thank you to David Simpson for continuing to try to get on here. He was on, off. You guys don't even understand.
Over and over again.
He was popping in, popping out,
times
popping
the
in
same
there like 20 damn times. We kept looking at it down at the bottom of our screen. He'd pop on, no camera, no audio, pop off, pop on, pop off. So shout out to him. Thank you.
And then he sat there and watched that interview for 25 minutes.
I mean, appreciate him. Thank you guys for all coming, sticking with us for 2 hours on a Thursday night. Enjoy your weekends. Go to buckedup.com. Use our promo code Mike and Mish 20. Get some supplements, get some energy drinks. Do that for us because they take care of us, and we'd like to take care of you guys. And go to Dynamic Life and become a patient and live forever. With that said,
and hopefully next week we have our new sponsor on here. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Hey,
Big
Ben, I got to get to bed because Big Ben's going to call me at 5:05 a.m. tomorrow.
Yep.
He just said it in the comments.
Yeah.
So
We will,
with
too.
that said, Mike, you got anything else for the peeps?
Yeah, I got one more thing. Peace.
Whoa. Hold up that peace sign. Hold up that peace.